If you ever find yourself driving down Lodge Lane or just simply walking through it, I bet you didn't know that the brand new football pitches, the daycare centre for little kids, the food market every Thursday, and the house mural you see are all thanks to this building right here. Tiber. Someone at the heart and soul of Tiber is their youth coordinator, Enzi.
Sometimes you can give up on things. There was a couple of young people here at the time who were in a group called the Tiber Steering Group, and what that is that the organisation has a set of governors, the governance body of the organisation, which are the Tiber trustees and board of directors, and underneath that, the layer underneath is youth representation. So they have a steering group. So everything and decision making to do with whatever goes on here, on this land here, that the young people are involved in it, totally involved in it. I mean, like, right involved in it, you know. So they're in the steering group, and loads of projects are developed through that steering group to help those young people develop their skills to help build the site.
Ria, Asia and Martin have all been a part of Tiber's youth.
They came up with loads of different ideas. They went out and done some market research, looked at what was missing, basically, you know what I mean, within the area that they could put in there, but that could make money. And what the group basically done was to come up with an idea of converting the building. So they'd work with like designers and everything about looking like architectural interiors and stuff like that, and turn it into a set of enterprise offices, because they'd realised that there was no offices around. They'd been around, looked everywhere. As well as they were developing the Tiber enterprise offices, there was loads of projects that this group are doing. This square where you sit here now, where you can see these gardens, including these benches, and all the architectural landscaping was done by the group, the young people. They'd done all the research and looked at what it is that they wanted to put out here. This was just a drive-through. There was nothing here. It was terrible. And so they decided that they wanted to build a square, a community square, a square where people could come to, you could have events on, you could do things, but a central point. And this is the central point to the front of what you see, as you were talking about, the football pitch. Well, the football pitch was again part of that same group.
I thought when I was 13, I think literally like 2 weeks after I turned 13, and what happened was like my mum thought I didn't have no confidence, and I didn't have proper bad anxiety. And she thinks she just saw everything she sees. She's like, is there anything you can do for her? But she's proper not normal.
How I started was, it was like a young entrepreneur thing. You've got to come up with an idea of like a store that's going to be on Logic, and then we were going to like sell food basically to be a part of it. And the deal was like we got given a budget. We had to come up with like what was going to make us the most money, and then organise everything ourselves. And obviously, whoever wins gets this money. I think it was like £100 each, and clearly like my won.
Because I joined it was the Grotto I joined in like 2017.
Yeah, you were just there at the Grotto. Yeah. I remember that.
Because I volunteered with like the greenhouse, and I was an awkward like year 10, so I was like, yeah, why not? And I joined it and did the Grotto, and then Andy spoke to me and was like, yeah, I'll speak to you properly like after the Grotto, and you can join the group if you want to. And I ended up joining it and went to the first meeting and met all yous.
It was really fun being with like people your own age.
Yeah, it was
obviously
good.
You go to school, but like it was something outside the school where you feel like you can. You're not like, oh, I've got my lesson now, I've got to be quiet.
With different types of people as well.
But we're different, but like we're all from the same area, so it's like we're similar in that way, and also like it's kind of like a job at the same time, like it's serious.
Yeah, we used to have to apply for the funding. Yeah, sit down and we've been applying like this.
And we go into shops with letters like, can we have like...
Can we have money? Yeah.
And so a lot of work went on, a lot of research went on, going out and looking at other facilities, finding out from the community itself, was the demand, did the community want a 3G football pitch? What are the benefits of having a 3G football pitch? Well, one, it's giving young people somewhere to come play football, join football teams, but the main thing about this site is that this site here, and anything that is directly with the young people, is that they have to build things, that one, are going to generate money, so that the organisation can become self-sufficient as much as possible. And two, give people opportunities to gain employment and training. voila, that's what the football pitch does. Not only is it a place where now Kingsley United and loads of teams, I mean teams from all over the city are playing here now, do you know what I mean? It's a very popular pitch, and plus there's staff employed, local people, young people who have got jobs in there, do you know what I mean? You know, to me that's a win-win. The football pitch is up and running. As you see that building, there's the clubhouse. Because we're always raising money, the organisation's always trying to raise money to finish off, because we don't know, money doesn't just come from anywhere, and we don't go to city council. We're not a city council backed organisation in that way.
Are you community funded?
Yeah, we're community. We have to generate. Our chief executive has to go and apply for funding for all kinds of different stuff. On this square here, every week, every Thursday, we have a food pantry. It's not a food bank, it's a food pantry, so it's set up like a market. Do you know what I mean? You pay £3.50, you register, because we've got loads of registered, over 100 and something registered members. They turn up to get a ticket, and you wait then for 10 o'clock, then the numbers get called out, and then they all start going in, get a basket, and go and do your shopping. Do you know what I mean? You know, and it's like, you can take 10 items. So things like every year they have a big grotto out here, and it's built. The Everyman helped the group design it, build it. They put a lighting show up. It's all these railings, all lights all over the place. I mean, the place it's lovely, do you know what I mean? And a grotto with loads of children that come, free presents. So we have a connection to Radio City Appeal, Cash for Kids. They send us a load of toys for all these kids. And these kids are kids, a lot of them around here, who are not going to have any toys. Some of the poorest kids, who we're advertising that to, do you know what I mean? For those parents to bring those children. So, you know, it's a bit of a help, do you know what I mean? You know, so. That's again just one of the other projects, and even that mural, as you can see behind you. About all the different languages, and I know the different communities.
So it means peace in all the languages?
All the languages, yeah. And you know...
and that's because it was at the scene of a killing?
Yeah. Yeah, over there.
So everything's intentional, isn't it?
Yeah, everything. And if you look at the actual mural, look in the eye. Can you see it where it looks out to? It's the city. It represents the city. You can see the skyline of the Liver buildings.
That's like the Everton Brow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see it? Mad, isn't it? Isn't that clever what he's done there? And then you see, when you can see the reindeer. Can you see the reindeer where it says Pax? There's a deer, a stag.
Yeah.
That represents Lodge Lane. Because you know Lodge Lane, this area, this was a hunting lodge. That's why it's called Lodge.
What would you say is like your most proudest achievement with Tiber?
I mean, I really enjoyed like supplying them kids with toys on Christmas. Like that just warmed me heart, because like, I don't know, because at Christmas time, I'm not a big Christmassy or religious person, but like at Christmas time, it's it's cute, and the sense of community, to give, exactly, in the sense of community. Wait, what's one of your like most proudest ones?
Probably for me, I think personally, because I just really didn't speak a lot. I was really shy as a kid. Getting up on stage, we had like the first summer events, and I got up on stage and I compared it, and I was like the presenter for it. And I think, like, I remember my mum being in the car and be like, oh my God, I can't believe she's just got up and done that, and now look at me. What about you, Martin?
The grotto, I reckon the football pitch, because that's like, that's done like wonders, like so many people, like I have friends like who in St. Helens, who go Carmel, who were talking about going to Tiber, the football pitch, and like trying to rent houses and stuff.
But years ago, no one would think about coming to
Lodge Lane was seen as like somewhat like the Prague and stuff like that, and like that's like generating income and doing all stuff, like bringing people here, which is quite a big thing.
Do you think Tiber is like contributed to Lodge Lane's like reputation getting better?
Definitely, because I think, isn't that its ethos, like and community cohesion or something? That's like its aim.
I think that that's like the sole thing for Lodge Lane, if anything.
But I can't believe it, Martin, we forgot, and obviously like because through Tiber, like me and Martin went to Portugal as well. It was actually
like year 11, like female.
We went in winter time as well, and that was actually amazing. I love that, you know.
We met loads of
people, you know, international.
20 years ago, Lodge Lane was nothing like this. I mean, nothing. So I look at it now to then and I say, whoa, what a transformation. Do you know what I mean? You know, this street's been totally transformed. The community's been totally transformed. Again, there's a load of plans right here in front of the square, what you can see here. There's a load of plans here that there will be a load of shops in here. Brand new build, and above that, there'll be a load of housing. But to try and get into this community anyway is hard enough, because there's no spare property. No property's being built. No property hasn't been getting built here for time. One of my things I'd like to see now is a bit more housing built around here, and that's one of the plans that Tiber has, because as I said here, there's going to be shops here at the bottom, but above them there's going to be a set of nearly 60 odd flats. But it's going to take time. But in that master plan originally, none of this was here, so we can already see that starts have been made.